Hello again. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Welcome to day 28 of distance learning. And for today we have reading, science, and math. And again, just a friendly reminder to encourage your child to do a little bit of writing each day. This again is a great opportunity for a journal, or they can write a piece of their choice. Whatever they are feeling is good with me. Please remember to send me today's math activity. It's a great problem-solving activity. We're going to talk more about it later. For reading today, they will choose one nonfiction piece to read for choice number one. Their first nonfiction choice is Sinking or Floating Article, a more challenging read. Or if you think that might be a little challenging for your child, you could do the nonfiction choice two, Sink or Float Raz Kids. And then listen to Who Sank the Boat read aloud. And after they're finished reading either choice one or choice two and then listening to this read aloud, have them write down 2 facts they learned from the nonfiction reading and tell someone at home why they think the boat sank in the read aloud story. And this is helping to prepare them for science. Or they can read, if they don't want to do that, or if you don't want to do that with them, they can read about floating and sinking on Pebble Go. So when you open it up, you'll have to log in, and you can just use the username Park Hill School District and the password Park Hill. So pop up, and mine's already saved, but yours, you can just type it right in, Park PHSD and then Park Hill for the password. And it should open right away. Let's make sure that's what happens. And yes, perfect. So they can read through that, and it's great because it reads aloud to them.
A real ship and a...
Or they can read it themselves. So if your child's working more independently, that might be a good choice for them. An additional optional activity is ABC Mouse or Adventure Academy for 20 minutes. But again, these first 2 options will help prepare them a little bit more for science today. Once they're finished with reading, move on to science, and we're continuing properties of materials. And today we're talking about why some objects sink and why some float. And it can depend on the item's properties. They will watch this Brain Pop video. You will need the username and password if you haven't saved it. It's Park Hill 2020 for both. And they'll learn in this video how the shape of an object can impact if it sinks or floats, as well as the weight. And maybe something else, but I can't remember right now. I just watched it. But those are the 2 main things, size and weight. And then they will complete this sink or float activity with you hopefully in the kitchen, or at least asking you. And then, so they're going to choose 7 different objects. And I'm sorry, 1 second. I live right by a fire station, so they will pick 7 objects, and they will make a prediction, sink or float, and then the results, sink or float. And of course, they should be coming to you before they put anything in water, but make sure their cup is not too full, otherwise it'll overflow and make a mess. But encourage them to think as they're doing this experiment. Do you think it will sink or float? What is their prediction and why they think that? Do they think it will sink based on its weight, how heavy it is, or its shape? Or do they think it'll float because of its weight or its shape? And then if they want for a challenge, they can repeat this activity with salt water. Did it make a difference? And explain their findings. And then for math today, we are continuing yesterday's goal of finding unknown measurements in word problems. So again, it does involve measurements, but it's mostly about the problem-solving piece. Thinking, do I need to add or subtract to find what I need? So they can either do these 3 scenarios here using a piece of string or paper, ruler, and scissors, act out the following scenarios. This is a fun way to get them a little more involved, more hands-on. Or they can do this work map page, which again is pretty much a continuation of yesterday's. They can use a number line to help, and they're kind of picturing it on a ruler as well. I'll tell you right now, most of them are going to be blank plus blank equals blank. So especially down here, Brent's rope is 49 inches long. He cuts off some of the rope, and now it's 37 inches long. How much rope did Brent cut off? So this one's more 47 or 49 minus blank equals 37. So they can reverse that, and it can be 49 minus 37 equals blank. Subtraction's a little bit more laid out for them. Some of the addition ones, though, they're going to have a number plus blank equals a number, which they can also switch to an addition sentence. So for example here, Sue ran for some meters and stopped. Then she ran another 22 meters for a total of 61 meters in all. So for this one, the addition sentence would look like blank, because we don't know how many meters she ran before she stopped. Blank plus 22 equals 61. And many of them know we can also write that equation as 61 minus 22 equals blank. They can pick. I usually let them pick which one. And if they're feeling stuck, though, you can guide them on the one that makes the most sense to you. So again, a lot of problem solving here, a lot of critical thinking, and just great practice. So again, send that to me when you're finished with it. And then there's fluency practice, 1st to 20 or Greg Tang. And again, they can do Greg Tang, or they can do that flashcards from yesterday or games online, whatever you think is appropriate for them. And that's it for day 28. Again, please send me math for today. I love to see their thinking and their problem solving skills. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.